So I'm just going to pretty much tell you all I have a really foul sense of humor. And if you don't like my sense of humor, I wore a low-cut dress and a push-up bra so that you can at least stare at my cleavage for the next 10 minutes.
Turn this way. Thank you.
Yeah. That's the only time I will do that all weekend on command. Sorry. Seriously, this event, Beyond the Love, is really about all of you, the attendees. Every single person that works on this, whether it's the producers, the staff, the educators, or the volunteers, they do this because they want to create a singular point in your life, a chance to explore, a chance to grow, to flirt, to laugh, to connect, to feel, to be inspired. A weekend that is about you. And I have to say, as someone who was here, who has been to a lot of events and was here last year, Beyond the Love really does put your needs first, and it shows in every minute of this weekend. So how many of you, I had to run out for water, so they might have asked this before. How many of y'all are here for your very first weekend-long poly event? Oh my fucking God. You folks are in for a treat. The first thing I want you to do, stop worrying about what everybody else thinks about you. Because those of us who've been doing this a little while, we're way too concerned with how much food and sex we're getting over the weekend to be looking down on you, okay? Seriously though, don't worry. It's totally safe to hold lots of people's hands this weekend. It's okay to mention both your husband and your girlfriend. It's safe to talk about how awesome your partner's kids are. It's okay to get emotional when you talk about what happened at the end of your last relationship and how it affected your other relationships. You can totally dance with 4 guys at the masquerade ball tomorrow night without anybody calling you names. This is utopia for those of us who can't be who we really are out in the big wide world. Second, you might want to hit all the classes you can get to. Even if the title and the description aren't screaming, ooh, shiny at you, go. You're going to learn a lot in classes. Sometimes you learn new ideas or new ways to think of things. You hear a sentence or two from the presenter or from another attendee, and it'll spark you into considering your old ways of thinking in a new light. You may very well learn that what's being presented is not something that you want in your own life. And that's okay. Because just because someone says that it works for them does not necessarily mean it's going to work for you. Trust me, that really is the case. Third, I want you to throw yourself into the event. Last year's Beyond the Love was amazing for me, in great part because I did not do my usual thing as an introvert where I stay in my room or I hide in the corner. I joined in. I met some amazing people. I had fantastic conversations. I really didn't get enough sleep. I did things that are outside of the norm for me. I went to the poly speed dating. I chose to walk up to groups of people instead of holding back. I threw caution to the wind and I flirted. And every time that I chose to do one of those things, I found here a place that was really safe for me to do that. Almost comfortable if an introvert can ever find anything that happens outside of their own living room comfortable. Now, how many of you have been to a weekend-long poly event before? Woo! Awesome. You folks are in for a real treat because you already know the ropes. You know that if you show up down here at noon, all the coffee's going to be gone. And that's why you beg your sweetheart to come down with all of the hotel coffee mugs and with the 3 travel mugs you bought with you to fill the coffee up, right? Well, now you know why there's no coffee, because I get up at 6 and do that. And y'all know the 5-2-1 rule of cons, right? Okay, 5-2-1. Every day at a con, you need to get 5 hours of sleep. You need to get 2 meals, and you need to get 1 shower. And for fuck's sake, don't skip that last one for the rest of it. But seriously, you know that what you put into an event is what you get out of an event, right? Awesome. However, I want each of you to step outside of that comfort zone just a little bit further. I want you to go to a class that you are specifically not already buying into the ideas of. I want you to walk up to somebody who looks like they're a little unsure about engaging, and I want you to engage with that person. I want you to have a conversation with somebody who's totally new to you, that's not already one of your friends or one of your partners or one of your partner's friends or one of your partner's partners, or you get the idea. I want you to leave notes on the flirting board. I want you to join in a mixer. I want you to rent a presenter. Challenge yourself to go further. I want you to engage in the classes. Ask questions. Be fully present. Don't start thinking about how much work you're going to have to go back to on Monday, or whether your lipstick and your shoes are going to match your date's cummerbund for the masquerade tomorrow night. I want you to let the workshops resonate for you, and I want you to contribute to that resonance. Even if you don't ask questions, I can tell you from experience that the classes where everybody contributes their energy and attention are the ones that are the most transformative for the whole room. Yes, folks, I asked you to work this weekend. I asked you not to just lay back and get done, because while there is a time for all of that, this weekend needs to be your event version of hitting the top 25 positions in the Kama Sutra all at once. I really want you to work. Because poly is hard work. We are consistently challenged to up our game, to renegotiate, to engage with the most full consent possible. We're navigating a minefield of emotions. We confront unchallenged expectations of what we believe that a partner is supposed to be. We have to check our calendars and flex when we don't really want to, and deal with the disappointments that come along with the joys. We have to fully honor our own emotions and ask for our needs to be met when we are taught by society that our partners should magically know those needs, and by the way, we shouldn't have to insist on those needs anyhow. I want you to work. I want you to remain open to the possibilities, including the possibility that there is another way to do this that you have not explored yet. Because this work is fun. And this work is your prep work for the world you will walk back into on Monday. This is where you're going to recharge your batteries. You're going to add information to your data banks. You're going to continue to open yourself up to the newness in your lives. You may see some people this weekend who do non-monogamy in a way that's different from yours or your friends. And it may seem strange or even wrong to you. And that's okay. There is no one way to do this, like they were saying earlier. And in fact, relationships often walk a number of different paths in their lifespans. If you have a strong reaction to something that you're seeing or hearing, I want you to think about that reaction and why it's there. Perhaps it is something that you really don't ever want to do, and that's okay. But sometimes that reaction comes up when we are challenged with an idea that touches our own fears and our insecurities about ourselves and our loves, and that's okay too. Because when we challenge our assumptions about relationships, we always, and I do mean always, come out of it knowing more about ourselves and what our potential for an authentic life can be. You may find people who philosophically believe differently than you, and that's okay too. The value of being able to choose to follow a road less traveled is that you can create your own side paths, rest stops, and when you need to, turnarounds. Our role as people within a larger community is not to blindly follow one true way of doing things, but to support each other as we all self-determine. But that doesn't mean that we cannot or should not question. Being able to think critically about the concepts that many of us embrace, like enthusiastic consent and radical honesty, enables us to more fully negotiate our own relationships from a place of strength and authenticity. There is room under the poly umbrella for all of us, regardless of the labels or the paths. We will work this weekend, but we're also going to have fun. I promise you, we will have fun. Because there is a joy and a lightness that happens when we come together as a group, connected by our shared desire to have the love that we want in the way that's right for us. When we know that we are around people with whom we can open up a little bit more. When we don't have to monitor our labels and our pronouns when we talk about who and how we love. When we don't have to hold ourselves back from living, from loving. Our bodies and souls can delight in everything this weekend. This, beyond the love, is sacred space. It's set apart from the rest of the world, and it was created so that you and I can all dance and play and sing and truly embrace the fact that it is love, and the power that comes from claiming our love in a way that is vital for our hearts, that brings us together here. And that love does bring us together, and it emboldens us, and it lets our lives shine strong. And that, my friends and my loves, is what we will do this weekend. We will shine. Thank you.